It is time for Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Rebel Sports brought to you in part by the Rich School District, Evanston Regional Hospital, Ready, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In, the Station on Main, Les Schwab Plains Tire, Stacy's Repair, Summit Pizza, Little Springs Water, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Ellingford Brothers, Hometown Drive-In, the Town of Woodruff, T7 Propane, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, McKay Frankham DDS, and the Crawford Trop. Let's go to the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth and join the voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poling.
And we welcome you back to Cokeville, Wyoming, as we're at the Cokeville Invitational. The Rebels are taking on the Evanston Red Devils, and it's very reminiscent of last year's tournament. It's basically been the same thing where the Rebels win, or they lost their first two, win the third one, they lose their first game of the morning, and then they turn around and they play Evanston in the losers half of the bracket. As last year, that's exactly what happened. As Red Devils looking for the same exact outcome as they beat the Red Devils last year, 3-1, looking for something similar. As I'm Aaron Poling, thank you for joining us here from Cokeville, Wyoming, as you are watching the Summit Pizza Company pregame show. When we come back, we'll have your Little Springs Water scene set for today's action as you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ.
When pizza is calling your name, order a Summit Pizza. With homemade dough and all fresh ingredients, every pizza is a culinary masterpiece. Owners Thad and Melissa Willis are rich high school alumni. They continue the Rebel tradition of excellence and service. Feed your taste buds, feel the happiness with a fresh homemade pizza from Summit Pizza. Don't forget the Doodles, a Summit Pizza original creation. Summit Pizza, 70 West Logan Road, Garden City.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com. It is time for your Little Springs Water scene set for today's action, and as we're going to set the scene, the winner of this game will move on to play later tonight at 6 p.m. following the Bear Lake Lyman game right after this one, as the loser will be done for the Rebels. I mean, heartbreaking fashion, they lost this morning, but the best part about tournament play is that you get to just go right back into the next game, as they haven't had to wait too long to get back out on the floor and try to, work out some demons, as they're going to be upset about the way they lost. They feel like they should have won that. I feel like they should have won that game. But, it just didn't work out that way. But if you're the Rebels, you have an opportunity to bounce back right here. No time to panic. Still early in the season. Working some of the kinks out, as they'll have an opportunity against the Evanston Red Devils to do so, as it is your Little Springs Water scene set on the Summit Pizza Company pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our interview with Jaden Desch, Standout Student of the Week, brought to you by T7 Propane. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com, listening in on 98.3 KADQ.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
When you need automotive service on your car, truck, semi, or tractor, call Clay and the team at J-Bar Auto in Randolph. J-Bar Auto also offers competitive pricing on tires for all vehicles. Call or stop by J-Bar Auto today.
Here with Jaden Desch, who is our T7 Propane Standout Student of the Week. Jaden, how you doing?
Pretty good.
So you guys, week one under your belt, you guys got a win over Water Canyon. How does it feel in the locker room after a win like that?
Feels pretty good after what Deseret News thought the prediction of the score was, which got us really mad, and so we just went out and played with at our best ability and turned out really good.
So you hauled in 3 receiving touchdowns in the contest. Just talk about what the game plan was for you going in and just kind of what you saw in all 3 of those touchdowns. There were 3 receiving touchdowns, but they were 3 long receiving touchdowns as well.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to have 3 for the first game. I thought I was just going to have probably none, but I surprisingly had 3. The first one, I don't know how I broke away from the tackle. That was crazy, and the others were super long. And yeah, the pass game was great. I hope it connects like that all year.
Yeah, in fact, on the third one, they let you kick the PAT afterwards. You were so winded, right?
Yeah, I was that long one, left, right, freaking from the field. It was crazy, and I was like, I need a break. I can't do it.
All right, so it's the first day of your senior year, man. So what's going through your mind as you walk into school today? It's the first day, and, you are officially the oldest on campus.
It's crazy. I remember being really in middle school, and now I'm a senior, and it's so weird. And, yeah, walking in those doors, first first day, it's crazy. I'm just excited for the year. I hope it goes by really slow because I just want to make every memory last.
What are you looking forward to most this year?
Well, mainly just sports and just getting a good education.
So, speaking of sports, the football team, it seems like you guys are really close and that a lot of the kids get along really well. What about the team, not necessarily skill-wise, but people-wise, makes it a special team?
Mainly just like Carter and just like our Noah and Riker and just our starting 8 for our team. I love all of them. I love all the football players, and they're all my favorite. I don't necessarily hate anyone on the team. I love all of them. I can't wait to help what they bring up.
Favorite moment from training camp this year?
It was way fun though. Got to spend a lot of time with them this summer for the last time, and yeah, it was way cool.
So your senior year will be successful this year if you do what? Academic-wise or even sports-wise?
Both. Just trying to get a scholarship offer to any D1 school that I can try to get to, or any school but yeah, that's mostly what I'm trying to go for.
We want to thank Jaden Desch for being our Standout Student of the Week and taking part of the Summit Pizza pregame show, the T7 Propane Standout Student of the Week, that is. And when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Snell Wasden, as we might have to cut that interview short, as it looks like we're probably going to get ready here soon, as before I go to break. I'm going to go ahead and let the clock wind down, see if we're going to head to our starting lineups as both teams are serving. This game was originally scheduled to start at 1 p.m., and if you are looking at a clock, you know that it is definitely not 1 p.m., as that first match of the day between Rich and Bear Lake went really long, as actually we're getting ready to go, so we're going to keep it right here, as you can see that the Evanston Outlaws, not even close. The Rich Rebels and the Evanston Red Devils, as the JV 1 in 2 sets for the Rebels. As you see, the Rebels record coming in 3-3. The Evanston Red Devils, they are 2-2. As let's quickly meet your 2023 Rich Rebels, brought to you by Little Springs Water.
Hi, I'm Casey Wilson. I am going to be a senior this year, and I will be playing varsity setter.
Hi, my name is Naya Jolly. I'm going to be varsity opposite, which is right side, and I'll be a senior.
I'm Janie Valentine. I'm going to be a senior, and I will be a middle blocker on varsity.
My name is Hannah Scott. I'm going to be a senior, and I am playing varsity outside hitter.
Good, it's your girl Violet Taylor, aka V Swizzle, and this year I'll be playing varsity outside.
Hey, I'm Haiti Pugmeyer. I'm going to be a senior, and I'm playing middle blocker on varsity.
Hey, I'm Brinley Hatch. I'm going to be junior this year, and I play middle blocker.
I'm Cassie Argyle.
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast booth. Sorry we had to cut that video short as the game is about ready to go, and we want to make sure we bring you all of the action between the Evanston Red Devils and the Rich Rebels. A little bit of game note as Ava Ellsworth is not dressed as a libero. It's actually Cassie Argyle in the white uniform for this match, as we are ready to go as Jaylee Critchfield will start us off for the Red Devils. Rebels pick up the serve. They go right to Scott. She attacks. Critchfield digs it out. Actually, that's Critchfield on the dump set as the Red Devils go up 1-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard early on. As Critchfield will serve again. Couple dribbles. Gets ready to serve. Ball in the air. Dug out by Scott. Wilson's going to flip it over the net. She finds Critchfield. As up, Lawler plays it over. Wilson with the dig. Walentine's going to safely bump it over as the Red Devils live to fight another play. As they go quickly, number 25, that's Kaisley Fitch. Her attempt, no good. Rebels go to Scott on the left wing. That's blocked down by Fitch. Her first block/kill of the game as that lands on the Rebels side. 2-0 Evanston early on. As we are in set number one, ball over net, dug out by Ellsworth. As Scott attacks, that's going to fall in as Hannah Scott picks up her first kill. Scott picks up her first kill of the contest. As that serve is not going to be returned after the kill, Hannah Scott picks up the ace. As she'll go back to the line, we are tied 2-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Red Devils set up. Lawler, that's blocked by Pugmeyer. Deep shot to the corner, laid down by Debenham. The senior picks up her first kill of the game. Red Devils go up 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard, but not after Pugmeyer picked up her first block of the contest. She had 8 in the game earlier today. Serve by Lawler, dug out by Pugmeyer, safely over the net. Red Devils try to attack, blocked again at the net by Wilson this time. That's going to fall in. Rebels front line defense playing very well. As Pugmeyer goes to the line to serve. Ball over net. As is a dump set quickly to the back corner. Scott chases it down, going into the bleachers. As Ellsworth is able to catch herself before she collides with the bleachers. That's one of the also dangers of playing the tournament this way. As that's potentially a really dangerous situation. Ava turns out to be okay. Ball is going to be served by Kaisley Fitch as that smokes the crowd mic, we apologize for the static. Ball out of bounds, 4-4 on the station on main scoreboard, sending Wilson to the line to serve. Wilson lets it go. Tipped over by the Red Devils. Rebels going to set up Taylor. She tries that back left corner. That's read there by Lawler. Here comes an attack from Brown, dug out by the Rebels. Taylor's going to safely bump it over as the libero, Cooley, gets the dig and attack. Nice play there by Wilson to keep it alive. Rebels look to push it over with Wallenstein. Whistle blows. We're going to get a lift called against the Rebels. 5-4 Red Devils on the station on main scoreboard. As Taylor gets the attack off the serve, dug out in the back row by Cooley. Here come the Red Devils attack. That's blocked at the front of the net, rolls over somehow. As Taylor's going to attack from the left wing. Rebels with 3 blocks already in the contest, not even 9 points in. Cooley plays it over. Comes the Rebels on the attack. Wallenstein plays it from the middle of the floor. Lawler digs it out in the back row. Bumped over by Brown. Rebels go to Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, that's in as Violet Taylor picks up her first kill of the contest. Let's check that out on the Stacey Repair instant replay. As you can see, Wilson sets her up in the left wing. Goes cross court, drills that ball as she'll pick it up, go to the service stripe. Plays it over the net, dug out in the back row by Lawler. Diving play from Taylor to keep it alive. Unfortunately, it hits the official in the judge stand, so the Rebels are unable to play it, as it looked like Paige Smith had a beat on it. Or actually, that was Smith. Serve from Brown is going to go down as an ace as the Rebels are unable to handle the serve off the arms of Wallenstein under the net. As Brown back to the line to serve. Wallenstein gets low to dig that out. Rebels set up Scott left wing. Whistle blows into the net call. As we'll see who that goes against, as it looks like Wallenstein's going back to the line to serve. It goes against the Red Devils. Fortunately, where the referee in the stand is, she is right behind my camera. And sometimes you can't quite see what the hand motion is, but Wallenstein to the line to serve as she palms that one as that goes under the net. 7-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Make that 8-6 on that station on main scoreboard. That sends Autumn Neely to the line. Her serve goes too far out of bounds. Dueling service errors give the ball right back to the Rebels with Paige Smith going to the line to serve. As Austin Robertson checks back into the game for the Red Devils. Smith serve, dug out by Brown in the back row. As they go near side to Lawler. Dug out by Taylor. Scott's going to safely bump it over into that corner. Good effort there from Brown to keep it alive. They go back to Lawler, left wing, diving up it from Taylor. Smith running after it, can't quite get there. As it'll be a kill for the freshman, Kyan Lawler. 9-7 on the station on main scoreboard. As Ellsworth's going to check back in for Smith. Critchfield will serve. 9-7 Red Devils on the station on main scoreboard. Ellsworth with the dig. Ball played over by Wilson. Red Devils look to set up the attack. They go near side as Fitch tried to flick it over the net and she pushed it into the net. The Red Devils, what I've noticed today is they try with their middle blocker, they try a quick attack instead of have the high pass as Scott serves. That's kept alive for the moment as Critchfield keeps it alive for the Red Devils. Taylor on the left wing, blocked and down as Taylor picks up her second kill of the game. She had 20 in the first match. Scott with the serve. Red Devils are going to push it over. Rebels look to set up the attack, middle of the floor. Pugmire with the left hand into the net as that'll go as a point for the Red Devils. They go back up 10-9. But to finish my point about the middle blocker for the Red Devils, they try to quickly just tap it in the air on the set and quickly go, trying to catch the defense off guard, as they don't necessarily put a high pass in the air for the middle blocker to attack as Lawler served. Dug out by Pugmire. As Pugmire gets another dig as that's spiked right back in her face. Red Devils push it over. It's Scott. Wilson sets up Taylor, left wing. She attacks off the front of the net as I believe that was Fitch who got the block. 11-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Lawler back to the line to serve. Lets it go. Cross court to Taylor. She digs it out. They're going to go right back to Taylor. Long way to go as that play was a little discombobulated as Taylor had to back way up to get the serve. And as she tried to catch up, she tried to power that one through. Eventually it goes long out of bounds. 12-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Red Devils with the lead. Ball served over. Scott digs it out. They play it to the middle of the floor where Wilson bumps it over. A couple of Red Devils run into each other as they're able to push it over. Ellsworth digs it out in the back row. Taylor, left wing attack on the way, off the arms and out of bounds as Lawler reached out for it, unable to get to it as Taylor now has 3 kills in the contest. 12-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Pugmire to the line to serve. That tickles the tape, and a good defensive play by Lawler keeps it alive. Ellsworth with the dig for the Rebels. Wallenstein, they're going to call into the net against the Red Devils as they went through the net to try to play that ball that was on the Rebels side. 12-11 Red Devils on the Station on Main scoreboard as Pugmire back to the line to serve. She lets it go. Dug out by Lawler as they're going to go left wing. That's into the net. That's going to be 4 hits as they try to set up Debenham on that left wing. 12-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We are tied here in set number 1. Pugmire to the line. That one goes into the net. Red Devils retake the lead 13-12. Fitch will serve. Ball over. Pugmire digs. A little bit too far for Wilson as it's going to fall in on the Rebels side. As that ball was knocked down by, it looked like Neely. Serve into the net from Fitch was nearly friendly fire as that ball went screaming by the shoulder of Neely. As she's going to retreat to the sideline. She actually had something come off. Maybe it was part of the net as Wilson will go to the line to serve. 14-13 Red Devils on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lawler digs it out. As Brown, her attempt off the net to the arms of Casey Wilson. Set up Taylor left wing, that's blocked. As Scott keeps it alive, Rebels are able to save it. Great defensive play there off the block. They go to Brown again. Scott gets her arms to it, but that's going to go off the wall, out of bounds. 15-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Debenham will go to the line to serve. Punches it over, dug out by Pugmire. A little too far as Wilson has to save it as they're going to call into the net against Wilson. 16-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels struggling with that first attempt. Debenham will serve. Scott with the dig. They go to Taylor left wing. She pushes it with that left hand. Dug out by the Red Devils over the net as Taylor's going to bump it over. Red Devils look to set up the offense. They do. Middle of the floor. Good stop there by Scott as the Rebels are unable to capitalize. As actually they are able to capitalize. The Red Devils are called for in the net. 16-14 as Taylor will go back to the line to serve. Lets it go. Dug out by Cooley. As they go to Brown into the net. Let's quickly check out that play by Taylor on the Stacey Draper instant replay. As you can see, that play by Scott as she dives over to make the play. Taylor serves. Dug out by Cooley. Red Devils have to tap it over. Taylor with the dig. They go Scott left wing on the attack, right hand. Nicely dug out by Lawler. Brown attacks. Diving effort there from Pugmire, keeps it alive. As the Red Devils are able to keep it going. Scott kicked it. Yeah, might as well give it a shot if you can't get to the ball if it's going to fall. 17-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Red Devils by 2. We'll send Brown to the line. She serves into the net. 17-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard, sending Wallentine to serve for the Rebels. We're in set number 1. Back and forth, competitive set. Red Devils have led throughout. Wallentine lets the serve go. Brown with the dig as they go near side. That's tipped over the net by Pugmire. An attack from Critchfield, read by the Rebels. Scott looks to attack from the 10-foot line. That's going to go out of bounds across the right wing sideline. 18-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Neely will serve. Ball in the air, dug out by Wallentine. Wilson sets up Scott. She's just going to bump it over. Brown with the dig. They set up the middle of the floor for Fitch, read by Taylor as Scott attacks. That's a little too far out of bounds. As the Rebels are asking for a tip, and they can't believe they didn't get one, but they're not going to get the call. 19-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard as that ball goes into the net. 19-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Robertson's going to check in for Neely as the Red Devils are going to take a timeout. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. Listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. 19-17, Red Devils on top. Rebels looking to make a comeback here in set number 1. I'm Aaron Pulling. Thank you for joining us here, as it's been a long day, a long tournament for the Rebels. They're looking to grind through as Smith will serve for the crew from Rich. Dug out in the back row by Brown. They go Lawler near side. That's off the net. Dug out by Smith in the back row. Scott will attack from the left wing. Just pushes it over as Pugmire tried to reach over and tap it down. It gets tipped onto the Rebel side. Falls in. Be 20-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Ellsworth checks in for Smith. Critchfield will serve. Ellsworth digs it out. As they go Scott left wing, that's deflected. Wilson tips it over quickly. Diving effort to keep it alive for the moment, but Casey Wilson will get the dig as Robertson got to it. Unfortunately, none of her teammates for the Red Devils were able to get there as well. Wilson picks up her first kill of the contest. As Scott serves it over. Lawler's going to attack from that left wing. Wallentine calmly digs it out as Taylor attacks left wing. Down the sideline, Critchfield reads that well. Lawler on the attack. Ellsworth with a dig as Wilson. The ball goes by Wilson. Ellsworth dug it into the net. Wilson got a fingertip to it. Unable to do much more with it. As they'll send Lawler to the line to serve. Taylor gets the dig. Wallentine saves it back to Casey Wilson, middle of the floor. She plays it over safely. Red Devils on the attack. As they send it to Debenham, dug out by Scott. Wilson tries the dump set. Critchfield reads that. Lawler will attack from the 10-foot line. That goes into the net as the Red Devils hitting error gives the Rebels a point. 21-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Pugmire will serve. Left-handed serve over the net. That's going to go too far out of bounds. 22-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. When you're trailing late in a set, service errors can kill you as the Rebels will look to get the ball back. Fitch will serve. Pugmire digs. Wilson sets up Taylor left wing. She attacks. Tips it over the net, and that's a crafty kill right there from the senior as Taylor picks up her 4th kill of the contest as she wound up and just tapped it over that front line as Smith checks in for Ellsworth. Wilson will serve for the Rebels. Dug out by Cooley. They go left side for Lawler. She bangs that one into the net. 22-21 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Red Devils on top. As the Rebels have played a lot of competitive sets throughout this tournament. As Wilson will serve. Cooley gets underneath it. They go Debenham left wing. Blocked by Violet Taylor. She got way up there to get that one. Lawler's going to attack from the 10-foot line. As Scott digs it out. Taylor, left wing attack. Is too far out of bounds across that back line. 23-21. Red Devils 2 points away from that first set victory. As that'll send Debenham to the line to serve. She punches it over. Scott digs it out. Rebels set up Taylor. She pushes it over with two hands. Debenham digs it out. They go near side to Brown. Taylor on the left wing. She gets an attack off the arms of Debenham into this crowd as Taylor picks up another kill, her 5th of the contest. If you date back to game 1, she had 20 kills for this Rebels attack. 25 on the day for Violet Taylor to match the number as she goes to the line to serve. Ball over the net. Cooley with the dig. Critchfield bumps it over. It's tipped. That's going to fall in by Brown. 24-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels are going to take a timeout. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our Rich Rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com as well as on 98.3 KDQ. Set point is in the hand of Alyssa Brown. Red Devils up by 2, 24-22 as Smith will push it over for the Rebels. Cooley with the dig. As they go near side, Lawler, she's going to attack, and that's going to do it for us here in set number 1 as she finds the hardwood on that far corner. 25-22, the Red Devils win set number 1 as you are watching 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
After battling the 2-1 score finishes last season, the Rebels will welcome the Monticello Buckaroos to Rich County as they prepare for Week 2. Join me, Aaron Poling, along with Rob Leifson, as we'll have the game on 98.3 as well as online. Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth as we move along to set number 2 in about a minute 30. Red Devils win that one 25-22. As the Rebels will look to respond here. And they're going over some last minute instructions over on that far sideline. Reset the score. Go to set 2. Rebels look to bounce back. As Rebels hit the floor. Hannah Scott's going to serve. Red Devils up 1-0 in sets. And as they do, I want to remind you that the Rebels volleyball team will be in action on next week against Bear Lake, an opportunity to redeem themselves, as well as they will play in Altamont on Saturday. The Rebels football team will play in Altamont on Friday. As Hannah Scott has the ball, we are ready to go. As she gets the whistle, ball in the air. That's dug out there by Robertson, back row. They go to Lawler, tipped at the net, as they're going to call into the net against the Rebels. 1-0 Red Devils early on here in set number 1. Or number 2, make that. Critchfield to serve, ball over, Scott with the dig. As they go to Taylor, left wing, she attacks, that's deflected up in the air, and it's going to fall in on the Evanston side. As Debenham is making an argument, she blocked the ball. Pretty clearly blocked the ball too. I think she might have been questioning whether she was able to hit it again. Either way, falls in on the Red Devil side. Rebels will serve as Pugmire serve goes out of bounds. Tyler Pugmire initially pointed in, but she corrected the call. It was out of bounds. Once again, we have volunteers as the flag judges, as they're doing their best that they can. Serve goes over. Taylor on the attack from the left wing, dug out by Critchfield. They go to Brown, left wing. Scott digs that out. Rebels on the attack as Wallentyne pushes it over. Here come the Red Devils as Lawler plays it over. Rebels are going to have to bump it over with Wilson. A couple of Red Devils nearly run into each other. Set up Debenham, right wing. She lets it go, and that goes out of bounds. She crushed that one. It's a little bit too far across that right wing sideline as well as the back line. We're tied at 2s in set 2. Deuces wild, as they would say. As the serve from Wilson, nice dig there from Brown. It's going to be pushed over by the Red Devils as they set up Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, that's blocked. They're actually going to say it was blocked. Play continues as a lot of the players stopped as the Red Devils are going to pick up the point. As Coach Lawler on the Red Devils sideline imploring her team to play to the whistle as their team stopped. The Rebels had a couple players stop as well. Casey Wilson alertly, though, was able to play the ball back over before the Red Devils killed the play. Serve is going to go long, out of bounds off the arm of Fitch. Goes a service error. As we're tied 3-3 in set 2. Taylor serves it over. Brown with the dig will get the attack, and she's going to go out of bounds long. As this time, the Red Devils imploring for a tip. They're not going to get it as the Rebels will serve. Taylor over the net, dug out by Brown. They're going to go to Debenham, who has to push it over. It's a good effort by Pugmire to try to save that one, but it's going to be off her arm, out of bounds across that back line. As Pugmire is going to check out. Cassie Argyle will check in for the Rebels. Ball played over by Debenham as a spike attempt for the Red Devils, no avail. Set up for Wallentyne, middle of the floor. She finds the back row as Brown's going to set it over. Scott gets her arms to it, and that's going to go out of bounds. 5-4 Red Devils on the Station on Main scoreboard. Debenham to serve. Taylor digs it out. Wilson sets up Wallentyne, middle of the floor. She tried to tip it over, tips it into the net. 6-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Now, if you look over at the in-house scoreboard, the clock continues to wind as at 8:25 left to go on that clock as Debenham's serve will go into the net. Rebels get the ball back. 6-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Wallentyne will serve. Pugmire's going to check back in for Cassie Argyle. Wallenstein serves. That's going to go too far, out of bounds. 7-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Dueling service errors give the ball right back to the Red Devils as Brown serves. From that left wing, finds Wallenstein, bumps it high in the air as Wilson plays it back to the middle of the floor. Taylor's going to safely bump it over. Brown with the dig as they set up Neely at that middle blocker spot. We talked about earlier, they go quickly as she's able to get that one to fall. Instead of letting the ball get high, they get it before it gets to the apex. They tip it over as Brown will serve again. Scott with the dig. Wilson back to Scott on the left wing. She attacks. Cooley gets an arm to it as Lawler will attack. She finds Taylor in the back row. Wilson digs it out from under net as Smith with the attempt. Dug out in the back row by Debenham. Rebels on the attack. They go to Scott, left wing, and she hits it off the antenna. That'll be out of bounds. Red Devils with the point, 9-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brown will serve. Ball goes over. Taylor with the dig as Wilson plays it to Scott, left wing, 10-foot line. She bumps it over safely. Red Devils on the attack as Lawler goes into the net as that falls in. It'll be 9-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith going to the line to serve. Argyle back into the game. She's serving as the libero. Smith serve into the net. As the Red Devils give the Rebels a point, the Rebels give it right back. As Neely will go to the line, she'll serve from that left wing side. Ellsworth's going to check in for Smith. Ends up on the left wing. Lets it go with that right hand. Violet Taylor digs it out. Wilson goes to Scott, left wing on the attack, right to the arms of Neely. Red Devils able to keep it alive as Neely bumps it over safely. Red Devils attack again, left wing. Scott blocked as quickly pushed over by Pugmire. Brown's there. Play at the net. Diving effort from Ellsworth keeps it alive. Rebels looking to capitalize with Pugmire. That's dug out. Dump set. Great play there from Critchfield. As it's 11-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels are slowly starting to trail behind in this one as Neely back to the line to serve. Ball over. Violet Taylor digs it out. Scott will attack from the left wing. That's tipped at the line. Critchfield sets up Lawler. Wilson over to Scott on the left wing as we have a ball in play. They're going to keep it going as the ball rolled over from the other side. Luckily, no one was injured as they go Lawler near side. Wilson gets her hands to it on the deflection as they're going to call Taylor for a lift. (12-6) on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Red Devils have doubled up the Rebels. Serve by Neely is going to be an ace as Scott can't get her arms to it. 13-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels need a shot of energy. One of the seniors on this team got to find a way to give the Rebels some energy as they trail 13-6 here in set number 2. So that's going to go out of bounds. 13-7. Red Devils on top. Scott to the line to serve. She attacks, ball over, off the arms of Brown as they attack right away. As the Rebels are able to save it, Argyle plays it over. Good defense there from the Rebels to keep it alive. They go to Lawler, deflected. A couple of Rebels run into each other and they're unable to get to it. As when Violet Taylor dove for the ball, she took the legs out of Cassie Argyle. She was unable to get up in time as that falls in. 14-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Critchfield to the line to serve. Lets it go. Ball over net, dug out by Taylor. As Wilson tries to tap it over, that's going to fall in as Casey Wilson picks up the kill. 14-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels will get the serve as Wallenstein checks in for Argyle. As Pugmire Takes a second, let the ball get out of play as they're warming up on the other side. Ball's getting away. Pugmire serve, dug out nicely by Brown. Played over safely by Fitch. Rebels go to Taylor. She attacks on that left wing. Critchfield with the dig. As they go to Lawler, she punches it over. Dug out by Ellsworth. Taylor is going to have to bump it over from that left wing side. Brown sets it up. Critchfield goes to Lawler. Left wing, she attacks. That's going to go over the head of Ellsworth and find that back corner. 15-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Also Lawler to the line to serve. Dug out. Taylor crushes that one too far out across that back line. 16-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lawler back to the line to serve. Dug out by Scott. Taylor will bump it over down the line as Lawler gets to it. Debenham's gonna have to push it over. Dug out by Wilson. Ball high in the air for Wallenstein to camp out underneath it. Ball is going out of bounds, but Lawler plays it. Rebels catch a break there as Brown, she'll attack. Scott with the dig. As they go to Wallenstein, middle of the floor, and she hits it into the net. 17-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Coach Lawler was giving instructions to Kyan Lawler. She was trying to use the clipboard to cover her mouth, except she covered the wrong side, but it falls in for an ace as they go after Argyle. As it bounces off her arms to the side wall, they're going to go right back to her, except Scott's there to dig it out. Go to Wallenstein, she bumps it over. Red Devils set it up as that hits the tape, falls in. As that looked pretty close. And that ball was hit the top of the tape, just barely rolled over as it's 19-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott with the dig. That goes over, that sets up Brown. Wilson got her hands to it, goes out of bounds. 20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels are really struggling to find it here in set number 2. Lawler over the net. Dug out. They go to Taylor. She attacks. Dug out by Critchfield as Brown will attack from the left wing. As Taylor will attack from the left wing as well. Dug out. But we're going to get a whistle blown on the far side. Play continues as Wallenstein tries the back line. That's going to go out of bounds. As Red Devils up 21-8. Awful lot of self-inflicted wounds here for the Rebels as Lawler's serve goes out of bounds down the left sideline. 21-9 as that mercifully ends the run. Smith into the game for Ellsworth. Wilson to the line. Ball over. Dug out. Brown's going to have to reverse bump it over. Rebels with an opportunity to attack here. Wilson sets up Taylor, left wing. She attacks. Good effort there by Lawler to keep it alive. It's going to be played over by Debenham. Argyle digs it out. Wilson, Taylor, left wing on the attack. That's blocked. Taylor's able to save it though. Rebels go middle of the floor. Wilson just bumps it over. Red Devils go to Fitch, who pushes it over as we got a ball right in the middle of the floor as the Rebels were trying to attack. As they're going to replay that one. Wilson to serve. Ball over net. And that goes out of bounds long. Another hitting error against the Rebels. Leads to another Red Devil point. As Fitch will serve. Goes to Argyle. She digs it out. They go to Wallenstein, who tips it over and gets ran over by Violet Taylor. And as she does, one of the players goes into the net. The Red Devils get the point on a ball that fell in for the Rebels. It's just been that kind of a set. As Argyle receives it to Taylor. As Wallenstein attacks the ball at the top of the tape. Dug out by the Red Devils as Brown attacks. That was blocked by the Rebels. As push set from Casey Wilson, dug out by Critchfield. As they go to Brown on the attack. Scott gets her hands up in self-defense to keep it alive. Taylor sets it over. Red Devils looking to set up an attack. They do, as Wallentine is called for the lift. 24-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set number 2. As Fitch to the line to serve. Argyle digs it out. Wilson, middle of the floor for Scott as she plays it over. Critchfield goes to Debenham, tries down that sideline. That's going to be out of bounds as the flag judge called that in, but that ball was about a foot out. Once again, they are Volunteers, as usually they're JV players. As Taylor's serve's going to go out of bounds, that'll end it there anyways. As you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. When we come back, we'll have set number 3 for you as you are watching the Rebels online at mylocalradio.com as well as on 98.3 KDQ.
The Hometown Drive-In has been helping families celebrate and create happy memories at beautiful Bear Lake for generations. With amazing burgers, fries, and other Hometown Drive-In favorites, the food is always delicious and everyone in the family will find something they love. Whenever you're at Bear Lake, make sure you stop. Beautiful Blue Water and Bear Lake Raspberry Shakes have been making people smile for generations. Put a smile on your face at the Hometown Drive-In, Bear Lake.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
The Hometown Drive-In has been helping families celebrate and create happy memories at beautiful Bear Lake for generations. With amazing burgers, fries, and other Hometown Drive-In favorites, the food is always delicious and everyone in the family will find something they love. Whenever you're at Bear Lake, make sure you stop. Beautiful Blue Water and Bear Lake Raspberry Shakes have been making people smile for generations. Put a smile on your face at the Hometown Drive-In, Bear Lake.
With the title defense underway, the Rich Rebels hit the road for an early season test. They take on the Kemmer Rangers Thursday night at 6 p.m. The tough sledding continues as the Rebels travel to the Cokeville Invite, where they will play the Star Valley Braves in the opener at 8 a.m. Stay tuned for day 2 of the tournament, as we'll have every single Rebels match from day 2 of the Cokeville Invite. This is Aaron Poling inviting you to catch all of these games on 98.3 KDQ as well as on mylocalradio.com. Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tire's broadcast booth here in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. As we reset the score, we don't want to talk about the score in that second set as the Rebels had a tough time of it. As we go along to the third set, Red Devils on top 2 sets to none. As here come the Rebels, they line up a little bit differently here, as it looks like the Rebels are going to add a couple of different players to the lineup, as 6 games in 2 days. As it's going to be Ava Ellsworth, Leah Peterson, Tess Cornea into the game as well. As Brenley Hatch in 2, as the Red Devils looking for a spark from their bench here in set number 3. As Ellsworth and Taylor out there as well. And you know, in the NHL, they talk about throwing lines into a mixer when a team is struggling to find some energy, and that's kind of what Coach Danelle Wasden's doing here, as she's going to her bench and playing a couple of different players who haven't played much varsity time, as Tess Cornea got into the game earlier today, as Brenley Hatch is going to get some time as well. Leah Peterson as this is the first time I've seen her out on the floor for the varsity team. Critchfield to serve. And she attacks from the right wing. Ball over net. Ellsworth with the dig. Cornea sets up Smith on the far side. She's going to bump it over. Red Devils on the attack as they go to Lawler. She pounds that one into the net. Rebels go up 1-0 here in set number 3 with Smith going to the line to serve. Good opportunity here for some of the young Rebels as Tess Cornea gets hit with friendly fire. I don't think Paige Smith was ever committed to that serve. She looks like she tried to hold up at the last second. As the ball goes back to the Red Devils. Lawler to serve. Into the net. 2-1 Rebels. Let's send Brenly Hatch to the line. Ball goes over the net, tickles the tape, falls in, dug out by the front row in Critchfield. Ellsworth gets the dig on the Red Devils attack. Peterson will attack middle of the floor. Dug out there by Brown. As Lawler attacks from the left wing as that's coming into your kitchen. As it goes off of Ellsworth out of bounds, 2-2. As Lawler gets the kill. Who am I kidding anymore? Nobody has TVs in their kitchen. More like your living room. 2-2 on the scoreboard as the Red Devils will serve with Fitch. Ball over, dug out by Smith. Cornea sets up Taylor, left wing. On the attack, tipped high in the air. Red Devils get underneath. They set up Brown on her left wing side. Ellsworth with the dig. They go Peterson, middle of the floor. She attacks. Dug out nicely by Brown, back row. As it's actually Brown with the attack, Lawler with the dig. As Brown buries that one off of the leg of Ellsworth. Fitch serves, dug out by Ellsworth. So go to Peterson, middle of the floor. She attacks, and Leah Peterson picks up the kill. Have to get confirmation, but it could very well be Leah Peterson's first varsity kill, and if it is, congratulations, Leah. I'm sure first of many. As Brown attacks, that ball is going to be tipped at the front line, out of bounds. Point will go to the Red Devils. As Brown gets the kill. Debenham will go to the line to serve. Ball over the net. Paige Smith digs it out. Cornea goes Taylor, left wing. She attacks. That's going to fall in for Taylor, who picks up her 6th kill of the game. 4-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Taylor to the line to serve. Ball over. Dug out by Cooley. As they're going to go to Brown on the near side. Taylor with the dig. Cornea with a dump set. Cooley with the dig. Red Devils on the attack. They get a dump set for themselves for Critchfield. As she's able to tip it over the net. Critchfield does a good job with dump sets where she has her shoulder squared to a teammate like she's passing and just flips it over. Something the Rebels could incorporate more, as Smith will attack from the left wing. Off the arms of Cooley. As Critchfield attacks, Taylor with the dig. Cornea sets up Peterson, middle of the floor, as that's blocked in. As it is 6-4 Red Devils on the Station on Main scoreboard. Cassie Argyle into the game as Taylor with the dig. Ellsworth's going to bump it over the net. Red Devils on the attack, go middle of the floor for Neely. Taylor saves it as Paige Smith attacks. That's going to go out of bounds across that back line. 7-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Red Devils up by 3. Brown will serve. Ball over, off the arms of Smith. Will be an ace as it hits the scoreboard. 8-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brown will go back to the line to serve. Brown lets it go, dug out by Argyle. To Smith on the left wing. Her attack is tipped to the net. Red Devils set up. Falling away was Lawler, able to get there. Smith goes into the table trying to save it. You know, hasn't been the Rebels' game, but you'll love to see that effort out of Paige Smith as she goes crashing into the table to try to save it. Unfortunately, when she hit the ball, it bounced off her arm into the wall. Good effort, though, from Paige. Brown sets it up. Taylor with the serve. As Cornia plays it back to the middle of the floor where Smith keeps it alive. Red Devils will set up. They go left wing for Lawler as Argyle gets her hands to it. Ellsworth keeps it in the air, saved by Cornia. Good effort there. Dump set from the Red Devils falls in. 10-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Hatch will check back in for Argyle. Brown will serve. Taylor with the dig. Cornia dives to keep it alive. As that couldn't have possibly been an ace. The Red Devils had the ball in the air. The ball was in the air, and they blow it down. I'm not sure what they call that. Actually, I think they're calling out of rotation on that last play as the official's talking to Dannell Wazen, excuse me. Because Cornia was able to get underneath the ball as Taylor saved it with the dive. Cornia chased it down and about the other court, played it back to the middle as it is indeed out of rotation. Peterson's going to watch that one go over her head as Brown. Serve goes long out of bounds as Leah Peterson will step to the line to serve. She attacks, goes over the net as Cornia keeps it alive. A couple of Rebels run into each other as Ellsworth's able to save it. As they go to Lawler. Taylor with the save. Goes Smith left wing as that's off the arms of the backline player. Cooley bumps to the middle of the floor. Red Devils keep it alive. Rebels look to set up the attack. They do. Ellsworth from the right wing off the arms of Brown. Red Devils are able to keep it alive for the moment as it hit the net and it bounced away from Smith. As this just has been a nightmare for the Rebels, excuse me. 12-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Neely serves. Rebels middle of the floor for Hatch. That's off the arms of Neely. Saved there in the back row by Brown. Critchfield plays it. Cornia sets up Smith. She attacks. That's tipped into the net. Rebels set up Smith again on the left wing. This time deflected to the back row. Dug out by Brown. They go Lawler. She crushes that one into the net. 12-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels will serve with Ellsworth. Ellsworth's serve is going to go too far, out of bounds. As another service error charged to the Rebels. Critchfield to the line to serve for the Red Devils. Smith digs it out as that's too far. Cornia has a chance at it, played it into the net as Hatch tried to save it. 14-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Critchfield with the serve as Smith. Ball over net as Hatch pokes at it. Dug out by the Red Devils. Here comes Smith on the attack. Brown with the dig. Lawler has it blocked to the front of the net by Cornia. Pushed over. Ellsworth with a dig. They go to Hatch, middle of the floor. She attacks. That is tipped high in the air as Smith's going to push it back over. Red Devils are able to save it. They go Lawler, left wing. That's off the net. Diving effort from Smith. Unable to keep it alive. 15-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll send Critchfield to the line. She'll serve, ball over. Dug out by Ellsworth as Cornea chases it down. Play to the middle of the floor where Taylor plays it over safely. Red Devils look to set up the attack. Instead, Hatch will get an attack at it as they served it, or excuse me, they bumped it too far. Red Devils will poke it over with Debenham as that falls to the floor. 16-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Critchfield will serve. Ellsworth diving dig to keep it alive. As they set up Lawler, that's going to go too far out of bounds across that back line. 16-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard as they send Smith to the line to serve. Smith serves it. Dug out by Brown. As Fitch digs it, or attacks, dug out by Smith. Hatch with the attack, dug on the back row by Brown. Lawler's going to play it over as Peterson with the dig in the back row. Go to Taylor left wing, she attacks. That's dug out by Critchfield. Brown's going to have to play it over as she plays it out of bounds across the right sideline. 16-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Smith back to the line to serve. That ball is served over. Dug out by Brown, back to the Rebels on one hit as Taylor attacks. That's high off the block into the wall as the Rebels will pick up the point, 16-9 with Smith back to the line. Smith serves, dug out by Lawler as they're going to go to Debenham as she hits that one into the net, 16-10. As Smith back to the line to serve. Smith lets it go. Dug out by Brown. As they go middle of the floor, pushed over, diving up from Peterson, keeps it alive. Go to Taylor. She attacks too far, out of bounds. 17-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Despite the score and despite how many games it's been in as many days, the Rebels are still flying around trying to make plays. You love to see the effort out of them. As Taylor will attack that from the left wing, pushes it over. Dug out, Brown attacks. Ellsworth gets her hands to it. Ball high in the air. Ellsworth's going to bump it over as they set up Neely. That hits Smith's arms and goes sideways. 18-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Smith couldn't quite get to that one. It's been the kind of day it's been. It's maybe one step behind. Maybe just a centimeter off on the attack. As that's going to be an ace for Lawler as Ellsworth couldn't quite keep that one in play. But that's one of those communications things that we talked about earlier in game one where the Rebels haven't communicated very well today. And I think that's because they're tired, but Smith and Ellsworth nearly collide there on a ball that is probably Ellsworth's. As that time Ellsworth calls everyone off, takes it. Taylor punches it with that left hand. As dump set from Critchfield falls in. As Critchfield's done that about 5 times in the contest. The Rebels have no answer for it. Brings up Lawler to the line to serve. They set up Peterson as she pushes it over from the 10-foot line. As ball goes over net to Debenham. Peterson with the dig. As they set up Hatch, she bumps it over safely. Red Devils on the attack. They go middle of the floor as as Fitch blasts that one into the net. 19-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Hatch will serve. Ball over. Dug out in the back row by Robertson. Diving up from Ellsworth keeps it alive, and that's what we're talking about. Hasn't been their day, but the Rebels are still trying hard as Debenham flips it over. Another diving effort. This time Cornea and Ellsworth nearly go head-to-head trying to get to that ball. It falls in as Debenham picks up the kill. 20-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's actually 21-11 Red Devils. As they go Taylor left wing, Rebels on the attack, diving up from Lawler to keeps it alive. Diving up from Ellsworth. It's going to turn into a kill for Ava Ellsworth. She dives and that ball lands right in the middle of the floor in between all 6 of the Red Devils defenders. As Cornea will go to the line to serve. She attacks over the net, dug out by Lawler. They go Debenham on the attack off the net into the arms of Smith. Ellsworth keeps it alive as Corney is going to bump it over. Red Devils set up the attack as they try to go to Neely on that quick play to the middle blocker. She missed on the initial attempt and tried to hit it with her left hand, lifted it as it'll be called against the Red Devils, 21-13 with Corney at the line to serve. Cooley digs it out as they go to Brown, and that's off the arms of Smith, out of bounds. Brown with a kill, 22-13 on the station on main scoreboard. As Debenham will serve, ball over, dug out by Taylor. As Violet Taylor tries to attack that one, it's off of her hand into the net, tried to slap it over with her left hand, unable to do so. 23-13, Red Devils 2 points away from the victory. As Debenham will go to the line to serve. Ball over, dug out by Smith. We go to Taylor, left wing, as she attacks. Ball goes high in the air as Neely's unable to tap that one over as Taylor picks up the kill, her 8th of the game. 23-14 on the station on main scoreboard as Taylor goes to the line to serve. Ball over. Dug out by Cooley. As Brown attacks, diving up from Cornea, falls. 24-14. Match point in the hand of Alyssa Brown as she goes to the line to serve. As she kicks over a Bear Lake water can tee on her way back. Politely picks it up, moves it out of the way as Peterson digs out the serve. Rebels go to Hatch, middle of the floor, she bumps it over. On the attack are the Red Devils as Critchfield gets an attempt as that is out of bounds across that back line. 24-15. As Peterson will serve for the Rebels. Ball in the air, dug out by Cooley. Flipped over as Hatch tries to tip it down, unable to do so, as they're going to call into the net against the Red Devils. As that will continue this contest, 24-16. Red Devils with new life as Peterson goes to the line to serve. She attacks, ball over, dug out by Cooley. As they go to Critchfield, she'll attack off the net. Diving up from Ellsworth, keeps it alive. What a play from Ellsworth. Unfortunately, Critchfield's going to dump that one in, and that will end the ball game as you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ as the Red Devils win this one in 3 sets. As when we come back, we'll have your Independent Software Solutions post-game show. I'm Aaron Poling. Thank you for joining us here. As we come back, you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com as well as on 98.3 KDQ.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. As you see the final set score between the Evanston Red Devils and the Rich Rebels. As the Red Devils take this one 3-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As the Rebels just had a bad day at the office. We all have them and it happens sometimes. As the Red Devils, I shudder to read these, win 25-22, 25-9, and then 25-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As it's been a long week for the Rebels. They're going to have to bounce back from it. Nothing you can do now. But I expect them to do so. I expect them that they're going to practice hard this week, and they're going to be ready for Bear Lake on Thursday. As that was your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. Jimmy John's Freaky Fresh in Evanston, Gillette, Sheridan, and Rock Springs. When we come back, we'll have your post-game highlights for you as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our Rich Rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. Time for your Town of Woodruff post-match highlights on the Independent Software Solutions post-game show. For that, we're going to Violet Taylor with 8 kills as Casey Wilson picks up a pair of kills. Hannah Scott with a kill and an ace. Pugmire with a kill as well. Actually make that 9 for Taylor, as those are your Town of Woodruff post-match highlights. As when we come back, we'll have your precision play of the game as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of 2023 Air Troubles varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. It is time for the Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Play of the Game. And for that, we're going to go to the Stacy's Repair Instant Replay as we're going to try to show you the diving effort from a couple of Rebels players, as we're actually going to go to, for the play of the game, we're going to give it to Hannah Scott, who made an incredible diving effort to her left with one arm, was able to punch the ball in the air, turned into a Rebels point, as the game was kind of getting out of hand on the Rebels, but the effort was there. As we come back, we will have your player of the game brought to you by Crawford Trough as you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Whether you're having a great day or not, food always makes it better. Delicious, fresh-cooked favorites like a juicy cheeseburger, a thick raspberry shake, onion ring, fries, or a River Bridge soda. A grilled chicken wrap always hits the spot. And don't forget twisted ice cream cones. They never disappoint. Have the always friendly and helpful staff at the Crawford Trough, and you've got the perfect recipe for a perfect meal. Something tasty from the Crawford Trough always makes your day better. Stop in today. The Crawford Trough, Randolph.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back to the Independent Software Solutions post-game show, as it is time for your Crawford Trough player of the game. And for that, we're going to give it to Violet Taylor, who had 8 kills in the contest, as it is time for your calendar update, as the Rebels are going to try to shake this one off as they get Cokeville, not Cokeville, but they get Bear Lake at home this week. As you know, tough day for the Rebels. That's the best way to describe it. It's one of those days where, you know, you go out back, you take the film of this game, put it on a CD or whatever, you dig a hole, you throw the CD in that hole, and you bury it. There wasn't a lot that the Rebels can really take from this game, just outside of mishits, service errors, and just kind of mistakes that they made all day. But, you know, those things happen, and it's only, week 2 of the season? So if you're going to have these things happen, it's much better to have them now so the Rebels will be able to learn from them, as if they want to get back to where they were. Championship teams, when they have bad outings, they learn from those bad outings and they respond, and the Rebels are going to have an opportunity to do so after this week. And, you know, the girls work hard, and I'm sure they're going to go to practice. I'm sure Danelle Wasden, we have a good coaching staff, and they're going to be ready to play on Thursday. And I'm sure they're going to be fired up, ready to go, as they're going to want to try to shake this one off. We talked about earlier, the best part about a tournament is you get to get back out on the floor and try to shake off a tough loss to Bear Lake, as they're going to have a lot more time to try to shake this one off. But the Rebels will be able to do so. They have a lot of players on the team that are state champions. You got to remember that. A lot of championship pedigree on this team. And what champions do, like I said, after a bad week, bad day, they get better and they respond. Let's see how the Rebels respond on Thursday. Let's see how the Rebels respond next week, as they have Bear Lake and Altamont. Actually, I believe they have one more game as well. I think they got Tabiona too, but let me check that just to be sure. As it's been a tough day. It's a long tournament here in Cokeville, as it's not necessarily making excuses, but it'll be good for the Rebels in the long run to play this many games in rapid succession. I was talking to a lot of the players. A lot of the players didn't go home till midnight last night, and then they had the 8 a.m. game, which is tough on rest, as the Rebels do have Tabiona at home, as well as Bear Lake at home and Altamont on Saturday. So they'll play 3 games in 3 days next week, so this is a good little tune-up to kind of show them what they're going to have to do next week. So look out for the Rebels online at mylocalradio.com, as well as on 98.3 KDQ versus Bear Lake on Thursday at 7:30. And then the football team will travel to Altamont. They'll play under the lights at, actually they moved it up to varsity, playing at 4. Freshman and sophomore game will be at 6:30. So 4 o'clock for the varsity football game, 3:30 for pregame, 7 o'clock for pregame on Thursday, and then at Altamont on Saturday, the Rebels will play at 4:30, the varsity team. So look out for that pregame show at 4 o'clock. But until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.